It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Oh, let's review.
We'll analyze the scene
Sounds holly jolly to me.
before it's over. Let's begin.
Bomb.
Bum.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's right. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
Since the holiday season is upon us, we thought the best way to get into the holiday spirit would be with some holiday reviews.
6 to be exact. Selected and arranged for your Yuletide pleasure.
So silver up those bells, light the multicolored lights, and go out, build a snowman as you join us on the seasonal shenanigans, brother. All right, I'm done with the Hulk Hogan talk. Dragon, we're talking Santa with muscles, baby.
Yeah.
Very eclectic little mid-90s movie, am I right?
One could say. One could say.
All right, I'm going to go first, Dragon. I'm going to go first on this one.
Please do.
It's definitely bad. It's definitely bad. And I think Hulk Hogan, Jesus Christ, like, I didn't know he could act this bad, Dragon. Like, I remember Hulk Hogan from, like, the 3 Ninja movies, and I'm sure those movies don't hold up. I'm sure of it. But, man, I remember him being more charismatic than this, Dragon. I mean, Hulk Hogan is just, like, he is sleepwalking through this movie. I was actually kind of shocked how low energy he is most of the time. That being said, I do greetings. I think you met my dear husband, that guy. We have that woman. Oh dear. All right. Well, sure. We'll go with it. That woman. Happy to have you on board.
Huh.
I think it's just that guy, Dragon. I'm not sure.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if that guy did come as like a package deal? You had that guy and you had that woman.
That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful.
Delightful.
I just don't know. Knowing that guy, he probably just
that guy's just playing like a Bates, probably just playing like a Bates Motel trick on us.
Right. All right. So yes, Dragon, I will say, this movie really doesn't come together all that well, but it's got its heart in the right place, and I think that counts for a lot for me as far as a Christmas movie goes. We'll get into the Ed Begley Jr. stuff. I think the villain plot in this movie is absolutely freaking ridiculous. But you know what? Like, at the end of the day, this is Hulk Hogan. Oh, God. Okay, so wow, maybe, I don't know, that guy. I mean, all right, we'll go with it. That woman, that guy. All right.
I mean, look, if it's that guy, he's going to very elaborate measures right now.
I know. Oh, God. Okay, Dragon, I don't know. I think this movie's heart is in the right place. I think the young cast is very randomly big names. Like, we got a young Mila Kunis. We have
you remember any
Curly from Hey Arnold, and we have basically Judith Barcy's predecessor for the role of Ducky in the Land Before Time movies. Those are the 3 main kids, so it's like right off the bat, it's like there's some star power in this, even from the kids' front. I don't know. It's just like Hulk Hogan in this movie is so wooden that he almost kind of turns back around to being likable. I don't think it's a good movie by any means, but like I said, I did think by the end of it, I was kind of charmed by it. I do think the Ed Begley Jr. stuff has some legit, like, so bad it's good quality to it. I think that's where most of the fun, so bad it's good quality comes in. Dragon, what do you think?
Yeah, so it's not good. We know it's not good. So look, Santa with muscles.
I mean, we're not going to go into this being like, oh, it's like Jingle All the Way. We need to reevaluate it as a classic.
Oh no. I don't think this one's going to be as lucky on that turnaround. So no, this is not good. Hulk Hogan. I think as you'll find, I don't know about how you feel about this, Steve. Hulk Hogan, to me, I think he's at his best when he's playing himself.
Yeah, totally.
Instead of like trying to play characters in movies.
I just think this is a very out of his depth character to play, where he's not just playing like, I think if he was just playing like a more ridiculous, like, yeah, it's Santa Claus, yeah, he has muscles, what of it?
Yeah.
Then it'd be fine, I think. And then I think
Yep.
he could play to his strengths a little bit more. But since Dragon, his whole thing in this movie is like he's supposed to be playing kind of like sort of this pseudo Scrooge arc mixed with amnesia, mixed
Yeah,
with
like,
thinking that he's the real Santa Claus for a period of time.
like, I don't think we need to give him like a backstory, you know. Like it's just like, can't it just be Santa Claus with muscles, like a really well.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Anyway, so
and like I will say, by the end of the movie, there were some bits like I was kind of turned around. One of the more heartwarming moments was like, "You're not Santa. You're better."
Yeah, that was nice, but yeah, kind of jumping the gun a smidge here. If I could,
I know. I'm just kind of defending the choice to not have him actually be Santa. So,
right.
All right.
So, yeah, that's the thing. So, basically, Hulk Hogan, he kind of picked roles based on genre, not really kind of depth story material.
I'm sorry, we have that woman who says that guy. You remind me a lot of Santa with muscles. Oh God, I think something's going on with that guy and that woman. I'm not sure what.
Anyway, who are we to gossip about our comments? Place, let them be.
Oh God.
Anyway, so to me, honestly, for me, surprisingly, the redeeming value in this film is honestly the namesake character. I mean, specifically, these Santa,
I don't think it's a good performance, but I do think it's a well-written character.
So yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, it's had they toned down the action mandate, which is, hey, Hulk Hogan's in this movie, we need to give him supervillains to fight. Like, wait, what? Why do we need to give him? It's Christmas. Why is he fighting supervillains?
Okay. Now we know that guy's fucking around.
Yeah. Just, see, look, that woman, I'll give you. Okay, I'll give you that woman, but that child, I was partially convinced, but now. My trust, it's evaporated. It's dissipated. It's gone.
And also, Dragon, I was hungry.
Okay.
Right.
So if I can finish
we
my
have
thesis,
this saga of that guy apparently trying to catfish us or something in the middle of this podcast.
Can I get back to my long drawn out point?
Sure. Also, we have God's Will Daria in the comments, who's that guy saying, "Lol." Okay, I'm done. All right, that guy. It was a good laugh. I appreciate you. I'm sorry, God's Will Varia is Waria is just posting a lot of like he's really on Dragon. I don't know. I think this account might be a bot, but just in case it's not, because
I mean, if it's a bot, it's such a random bot for Santa with muscles.
I know.
You gotta kind of respect, like, man.
He says Santa with muscles is badass. All right.
Okay.
I'm just saying, based on the way that they're typing, like with the periods in between, I think it's probably a bot. But hey, random bot to go to bat for this movie. All right, Dragon. I'm sorry, you were saying. My bad.
All right. So, anyway, I had they toned down the action mandate, I really think this could have been maybe a really off the beaten path gem, not saying as good as this turned out to be, but like kind of on the same kind of ballpark as the Christmas Star, which you and I loved. I believe it was last year. We loved the Christmas Star with the now dearly departed Ed Asner. Just basically as kind of let's take this absurdist premise. I mean, the absurdist premise of like just a Santa Claus with muscles doing good deeds and protecting the kids. I can co-sign that Santa. That's my kind of Santa. Yeah, but I can't really get into this. Our story, it's tissue thin, sadly. So
yeah,
that's where we're at. It's padded muscles, but it's muscles.
All right. I mean, as far as I'm sorry. Do you have background?
Yes, I do.
Go for it.
Not a lot, as you can probably guess.
I figured.
Okay, just to keep it
simple. I don't
simple,
think you're going to be getting like a 3-hour behind-the-scenes documentary out of this thing.
Yeah. You went through.
Although if they did, I'd watch it.
All right, so I don't have a lot of background because of the infamy of this film, but just to go over what we do know. So this came out in 1996. No, I'm kidding. So yes, this came out in 96. Assumedly, I can't verify this. Assumedly, this was to cash in on the Jingle All the Way gimmick that was going on. Put a like kind of an action star, kind of in a Christmas holiday movie, which it's like, hey, Arnold Schwarzenegger's got the big screen treatment. Let's do the TV movie version of this. And I know it's got a theatrical release, but it looks like a TV movie budget.
It does look like a TV movie. I mean,
Anyways,
especially for something in 1996. Like, I know a lot of movies from 1996, and most of them look better than this.
yeah, and also, again, having it come out in 1996, along with Jingle All the Way, turns 25 this year. We lucked out.
Yeah. It does share the anniversary of Jingle All the Way, which is funny because Jingle All the Way, as we established, has aged a hell of a lot better.
Yes, it has. Literally, I watched it during a Christmas get-together I had.
Oh, it holds up, dude. It really holds up. Yeah.
Mind you, was all laughing during this, more so with the absurdity, but it was fun. It was fun.
Well, I mean, I think it holds up just because I feel like it's closer to real life in the insanity of, of shopping now than it was back in 96. You know what I mean?
I mean, look, every Jingle All the Way, very simply, I love that bomb joke, and I love the sincerity in Arnold Schwarzenegger finally getting his hands on the Turbo, man. You see how genuinely happy he is holding that thing after he's been chasing it the whole movie. That's a great moment.
Totally.
Anyway, so director on this was John Merlowski, who went on to direct other Christmas films, Richie Rich's Christmas Wish and Christmas Mail. Exciting titles, I know. Also, he's directed some famously bad films. One I believe you're going to recall, Tiki. He directed Cop Dog.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
So the man who brought you Cop Dog directed this film. Uh-huh. So another name you're going to recognize, Tiki. Does the name Jordan Belfort ring any bells?
What does he have to do with this fucking movie?
So apparently, now,
kids, dear God!
Kids,
man!
Now, kids, I want you to
Did he finance this thing? Was this a tax write-off?
Kids, I want you to indulge me for a mere.
Oh
moment,
my God! Oh dear!
Oh dear! So Jordan Belfort, Tiki, you want to explain to the kids who Jordan
Belfort, just simply put, is Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. If you haven't watched that movie, I don't know what to tell you.
So as you can probably guess, based on a real guy. So Jordan Belfort, just the long and short of it, this is during his Renaissance man and investor period, which most likely, yes, was a tax write-off. Most assumedly, he was one of the producers of this film. Probably trying to hide some money.
Dear God! Wow, that honestly makes sense. And also that guy made a good joke of Tony Stark made an AI that loves Santa with muscles as a joke. Which is something like Jordan Belfort making this movie a tax write-off is something I can see Jordan Belfort doing, and that is something I can see Tony Stark doing.
Oh yeah. All right, let's see.
That guy says Jingle All the Way is impressive because they got the governor of California to act in the film.
Yep. So this was during so with the Hulk Hogan involved. This was during his turn as a heel.
This was right at the peak. Yeah.
This is when he's all tanned up and he's he's the bad guy. He's got the beard and everything, and this was Nega Hogan.
Totally.
I
never watched wrestling, but I still remember the Hulk Hogan culture of that time. He was that big that he kind of transcended wrestling. Yes. He was almost kind of like a predecessor to The Rock in the way that he transcended wrestling. Obviously, The Rock made the transition into movies a lot better than he did, but
absolutely. I don't necessarily. I mean, I'd love to see this because Ryan Reynolds, I think, loves this movie. Right? I'd love to see him pair it up with Ryan Reynolds just for the heck of it because Ryan Reynolds, I think, loves Suburban Commando.
Oh my God! Oh, dude, give me a Ryan Reynolds Hulk Hogan movie. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God!
I wonder if you remember this, T. Do you? There's the Hulk Hogan biopic in the works with Chris Hemsworth playing Hulk Hogan.
I did remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Cool. I mean, I'm sure Hulk must be pretty old by now, but.
Well, yeah, but this again, it's probably going to showcase his younger years. I'm going to guess.
Right.
Anyway, okay. Point being, this is during the heel turn. Honestly, it's kind of weird. Honestly, I think Hulk Hogan was at his best during this period of time because all these movies were in the '90s. During this '90s period, where he's kind of popping up things as the random cameos as himself and things like Muppets from Space and Gremlins 2. He was really good in those appearances.
Yeah.
So again, this is the feature debut of Mila Kunis, Brenda Song, and also featured Adam Wiley, who I know went on to do a lot of voice. I don't know if I don't know if he specifically was Eugene or not from Hey Arnold, but yeah, Adam Wiley. So of course this bombed.
He was Curly from Hey Arnold. I looked it up.
Oh, well, I know Curly's in this movie, but I'm saying it was Adam Wiley Curly. Is that the?
Yeah.
Excellent then. Yes. All right. Exciting. So anyway, did I say wait? Is it Curly or Eugene? Because I think you said Eugene earlier. Is it Curly?
It was Curly.
Okay, Curly. Good. Little wackadoo Curly. All right. So this was a bomb. Infamy went down in infamy as one of the worst Christmas movies ever, behind the go-tos like the Star Wars Holiday Special and Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's a step above both of those.
I agree. I would agree with that sentiment.
Because both of those barely feel like real movies.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the holiday special.
The holiday special is an abomination, but we're not time to get into that. So
every year I try and watch it, and I just can't.
Let me guess. You can't get past the Wookiees without the
subtitles, I can't.
Right?
I can't.
See, that's
it's
the thing.
Such a barrier, Dragon. It's such a barrier.
Because every time you think, and there's everyone's mind says, like, hey, I'm going to check the holiday special out because I want to see that Boba Fett cartoon for the Boba Fett show. It's about
no, it's not just the Boba Fett cartoon. It's like the Stir Whip Whip Stir and the B. Arthur song. And
yeah, that's what I'm just
saying.
There's
stuff in that special. It's just all buried in the last half.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's something to glom onto in the chat, whether it's the cartoon, whether it's the Bay Arthur. It's like, hey, let's see Mark Hamill with the plastic face. We want to see any of these things, but hey, a lot of Wookiee dialogue that no one's going to understand. A lot of
Wookiee dialogue and also a lot of really outdated musical performances.
Yep.
Grandpa the fucking circus is kind of what breaks me, honestly.
The circus and Grandpa, Itchy doing some weird stuff. Anyway, we're going to move on from there. All right. let's talk about our premise in this weird excursion here. So let's see. So we have a little girl, gives a very expo heavy letter to Santa at the top of the movie. It basically explains the premise here, which is Ebner Frost, played by the incomparable Ed Begley Jr., who I gotta admit, just seeing Ed Begley Jr. makes me happy every time
he's having fun in this movie, Dragon. His character really makes no sense, but he's having fun with it,
Plus, I mean, this is primo Ed Begley Jr. Ed Begley Jr.
in the 90s
was like the Ed Begley Jr. It's like, yes. God, anyway, sorry, I'm just geeking out over Ed Begley Jr. because he's so cool. Anyway, so Ebner Frost, he's buying up all sorts of properties with the final designs on the orphanage. That we reveal later, underneath all of these properties he's bought up, but particularly the origin point being the orphanage, a lot of energy-rich crystals in the secret vault underneath the orphanage. That it's up to Hulk Hogan as Santa Claus to save the day. So, Hulkamaniacs, let's talk about the Hulkster.
All right. So, first of all, Dragon, like I said, what do you think of the fact that Hulk is very much? I got the feeling, at least, that his performance is very toned down from the usual, like, "Are you ready to rumble, brother?"
I mean, to be fair, I think I don't know. I kind of think he's trying to act. I just don't think he's doing it that way.
That's the thing. He's trying to act. That's the problem. Like I said, Dragon, they wrote his character with too much depth.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the double-edged sword of this movie, Dragon. I feel like that's the first point we should get into. Is the fact that his character is a legitimately likable, kind of clever take on the Scrooge archetype.
I mean, yeah, but we just abandon any arc there. I mean, we pretty much abandon every arc there when we make it into an identity story. It's sort of like, well, by the end, I think let me tell you the most problematic scene in the whole movie. All right, just up front here. The Clint Howard of it all. So the dumbest section of the movie is that we have this our rich bon vivant here, just like causing all this ridiculous over the top trouble for a paintball game. And, he basically tries to pull a 'Twas the Night, the Bryan Cranston Christmas movie, as he disappears into a mall and dresses like a Santa Claus. And basically by the end, it's like, hey, let's see how much he's grown now that he's regained his memory from the amnesia plot line. And literally, Clint Howard police chase yet again. Our characters learn nothing. So it's kind of a really botched Scrooge arc in that regards. Like, we're saying he learned something, but really, did he? Like, we didn't say he hated kids or anything. It's not really much of an arc.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's a jerk. He's still kind of a jerk by the end of it. So I can't really get behind the Scrooge thing.
He's a jerk, but he's good with the kids, Dragon. He's good.
No,
with the
he's
kids,
great with the kids. That's what I'm saying. We never said he wasn't. Here's what I thought.
That's the arc. That's the arc, is learning that he has a heart.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. So
I know it's a weak arc.
So, I mean, here's the thing. I think the biggest missed opportunity when I was watching the movie for the first time, I thought the reveal was, oh, maybe he's the bad guy. I thought it was like, oh, so he's like, we thought, okay, Santa with muscles. No, he's the rich guy. He's not, in the action movie, he's the rich 1%er. We probably shouldn't root for
Dragon, that Asner movie that you brought up, that's how to do that arc right.
Exactly. Now, we didn't do any of that here, which I felt was like a missed opportunity, which is why I have like the Christmas star comparison at the top. Like, man, we did that premise so better. We had the bad guy as the Santa Claus.
Totally.
So again, we have the absurd, paintball game. I do like the idea how he amassed his fortune, though. He's a bodybuilding supplements and protein shake guy. He's a mogul. That was kind of clever. The fact that his face is all over the place, yet no one can look at it and put two and two together. Anyway, so so we kind of pull a 'twas the night where we put him in the Santa suit, and then we do. Tika, how do you feel about this amnesia plot?
How do I feel about the amnesia plot? I mean, look, you gotta have it just to have it. You know what I mean? It's like, Dragon, I'm not thrilled with it, but by the same time, I think it
could have been a lot worse, right?
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel,
Yeah.
Like, I don't really think there's a big liar revealed. It's like, what I like is that I feel like the villains literally do a fake out liar reveal,
Yeah. Yep. All right. So let's
talk. By the way, I'm still not entirely sure how they pulled that off.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
I'm glad you're confused on it too.
Yeah. I mean, basically,
we don't have the time to really sit here and break down the science of it. But
let's see. They knocked on the door.
It was wonky.
They had a secret tape recorder somewhere, and anyway.
Right.
All right. So let's talk about. For me, I think one of the big problem characters in the movie. Let's talk about Lenny.
Lenny, okay. Honestly, Dragon, I kind of thought he was a little bit like, I liken him to sort of like, oh God. Oh, I'm blanking on the name, and that's stupid.
Give me something.
The supporting voice actor from all of the Don Bluth movies. Dom DeLuise. Dom DeLuise,
Tiki. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He kind of felt like a Diet Coke Dom DeLuise character, Dragon. That's how I would describe him.
Yes. So I mean, I think second to the henchman. I mean, henchman being the real problem characters. I think he is. The
henchmen suck, and
that's what I'm saying. So second to the henchmen, I think
the henchmen feel like Nickelodeon characters.
Yes. Now. Here's what I don't like about Lenny. This is why Lenny kind of kills the movie for me. Not as much as the henchmen do, but still like second to that. I'm not comfortable with such a cynical take on Santa's helpers at the top of this movie. Really, they're all just kind of like with $50 incentive, they just find a random guy off the street to be Santa Claus, and because we don't have this event planned out at all, it's like that rubbed me all the wrong way. And then he steals his wallet, and he's just like he's taking advantage of an amnesiac, making a turn into.
And it's Santa. Like the movie also tries to have this big moment of like, oh, we feel bad for Lenny. Lenny's a good guy at heart, and it's like, no, he's not.
Trying to steal his financials and everything with like a little.
He's pretty much been like the antagonist the whole damn movie.
To be fair, with the thumbprint gag on the scanner, one great sci-fi idea I've always loved. Like, why can't we have the thumbprint scanner, man? Yeah, that would be awesome. But because remember, Back to the Future 2 always had the thumbprint scanner thing in the future. Like, you use it instead of a credit card, which is such a cool. Anyway, so with the thumbprint scanner, I love the gag. Like, we need the left thumbprint. Like, that was pretty funny. Went through all that anyway. So, but yeah, it's just I'm not feeling the likability on Lenny enough there really. So yeah.
Oh no, I mean that it's like if it was a Dom DeLuise role, it would be likable. That's the thing.
Of course, I mean I've seen Dom DeLuise literally try to kill the him been the sidekick trying to kill the hero of the movie, and I loved him.
Oh god, right.
With the the movie that movie did with Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds trying to kill himself all over. It was hilarious. So it's just anyway. All right, so I think it's called The End or something like that. Anyway, so so should we talk about the Santa with muscles of it all, or the villains next?
Yeah, the fact that it becomes a news story. I mean, I wish that was more of the movie.
Yeah. So
Like,
again,
I
well,
think if that was the main movie, was, just like, hey, we got a Santa with muscles in the town, and he's kind of become a local celebrity.
see
I
that's
think that would have been more interesting than the tried and true save the orphanage plot that they go with.
I mean, look, while I don't buy at all how we get here, is the best element of the movie. Hulk Hogan as a do-gooder Santa Claus, and it's really cute seeing him play off the kids and like them, like initially the mall Santa setup, like they're thinking he's the real Santa Claus, and like they have some adorable improvs with the kid, like the little girl, like he's like guess that trying to have him guess what she wants, and there's just smile and like lifting the bickering kids, like okay, that's cute, and then I'm all in. Like, okay, a muscular Santa Claus stopping thieves stealing from a child's orphanage fund. Yes, I'm
Right, right.
in. Like, yes, Santa fighting crime. I'm in. And like Santa Claus having like, anyone want to help Santa clean up? Yes, look at that charm there in this silly absurdist film. Why can't this be the movie? So
All
yeah,
right.
that's kind of that's where I'm at on that. I mean, it is kind of nice. It's
No,
BS
I mean, yeah, it's a nice bit, but like you said, it's it's literally like, oh, here's a good premise that we're kind of just gonna throw away.
and I mean, look,
It literally comes into the movie twice, even though it's the name of the movie.
I mean, the real shame too is, I mean, I like the idea of okay, he's compelled to help this orphanage. But it's not that on its face that okay, he's compelled to help the orphanage because of some repressed memories or possibly lost to the amnesia plot memories of he came from this orphanage, which is just kind of it's kind of a shame. It's like why do we have to complicate that? They literally reveal that to do nothing with it. So what's the point?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about worse elements. Let's talk about the villains.
Okay. Oh dear God. I mean, well, first of all, let's go to Ed Begley
Of
Jr.
course, yeah, the
first and
one non.
foremost. Like, let's do the love before we get to the hate. All right.
Yes, so I love the gimmick
I mean,
that we.
it's so funny because Ed Begley Jr. clearly just does not give a shit. I mean, I don't say that in the fact that he doesn't give a shit about his performance, because he does. He's a riot, but he does not give a shit about the material. He knows he's in a bad movie, and you can tell. So
playing,
basically, what he's trying to do is just be as hammy as possible. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from him.
he's playing the material just right. It's like Ed Begley
Yeah,
Jr.
yeah.
is such a well trained actor. He knows like just far enough to push it, and just like okay, this is how much energy I should put into this role, like down to the percentage. Like maybe a 70, maybe a 68%. But let's do that. All right.
Okay.
I
And
love
then
the TV
the
gimmick.
sidekicks, on the other hand, Dragon, the one scientist, the nerdy looking dude, I like, tell me this dude doesn't feel like a knockoff Nickelodeon villain.
You mean the methane guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's they have Mr. Flint, Mr. Vile, Miss Watt, and Dr. Blight.
I mean, they all suck, Dragon, but I'm
Yeah.
talking the main one who, for some reason, the kids are really scared of, even though he looks like a huge dork.
Yeah. In fact, it's basically he's an extended fart joke with the methane. It's like, hey,
it sucks. It's by far not the worst. It is the worst element of the movie, from the fact that it's like the element of the movie that is the most painful to actually watch.
I gotta be honest. So here's the thing. So the action mandate just gets so in the way of like we can't just have it be thugs. Like thugs, at least I would buy. All right, like okay, so basically have your most broad character be Abner Frost, where you have okay, it's Ed Begley Jr. who's a germaphobe who conducts all of his business from his home because he's kind of agoraphobic. He has I love the TV runner with all the henchmen like carry the TV with them so Abner Frost can threaten people. That's funny. I like that. But on the flip side, it's like okay, we have to. We can't just have it be standard '90s fare. No, we have a wrestler in this movie. We got to make him supervillains, and not just unfortunately not muscular supervillains, just kind of real schlubby looking guys and a lady.
yeah.
What you think would make sense? I think one of Hulk Hogan's wrestler buddies played like the sumo guy who gets kicked in the face with the pulpit in the church. That's about it. That's as close as you get to like, hey, mano y mano. Like, no, he could easily wipe the floor. But here's the weirdest thing. I wonder if you had this too when you were watching it. All of them know kung fu. They're all martial art experts.
I mean, Dragon, again, that's kind of like that's sort of like the flavor of the day for the Nickelodeon style bad guys, right?
Yes. God, I mean, I like that they all have kind of like a specialty, I guess, but still, it's just kind of like, but they have a specialty, but ultimately they rely on kung fu. It's like, what's the point? So and also, I just really don't buy like these idiots. Really, they're oddly cocky after losing every encounter with the Santa Claus. They're not intimidated by it. Like, literally, with a chain, he held their ice cream truck, behind them from driving off after he saved Garrett Morris, which was a really great scene. Yeah, save that Garrett Morris, man. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, so I'm gonna shout out some stuff from that guy really quick.
Yeah.
He says, "God bless Jordan Belfort. Guy is always on the grind." And he says, wow, there. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians is a masterpiece. I think it's a great, so bad it's good movie. I'm just saying this one feels a little bit more like a real movie, just in the sense that it actually has like character arcs and a solid plot and shit. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians is great, but it's wacky. All right. He's trying to act and he forgets he's Hulk Hogan. Let's see. John Cena is a better actor than Hulk Hogan, but John Cena doesn't have an iconic mustache, so it evens out.
I wonder what John Cena would look like with a mustache.
I wonder if he's done any movie roles with a mustache.
None that I can.
I doubt it.
None that come to mind. He's usually very clean shaven. Can you think of it? Can you even think of him with a beard?
I could. I could imagine it.
Oh no! I mean, can you call to mind? Like, have you seen him with a beard?
No, not. I mean, I could visualize it in my head, but no, I'm not. I can't say that I've seen it.
Yeah, I think he might look good with a mustache. Like, I don't think he's a beard guy. I think the mustache might do it for him. I don't know. He could bring back the mustache, Tiki.
Oh God! All right. Anyways. Martin Scorsese should remake this movie.
Now that would be a remake worth remaking.
Okay, and that random, probably a bot, is giving it more hearts.
So I wonder,
the Tony Stark bot.
Did you draw a Family Guy reference, Sticky, during this with the fact that we have both Mila Kunis and Garrett Morris in this film with the whole "he doesn't like you"?
Nah, I didn't catch that connection.
That was just kind of funny. He's like, "Oh yeah, Garrett Morris is in this." All right, let's see. So, I mean, look, the charming bits of this movie, the few that there are, again, with him as Santa Claus, like him, like, eating milk and cookies after he's been on a diet of all the protein shakes and everything. Which, by the way, it's really absurd that his whole wait staff had like this whole kind of Pink Panther Kato relationship where they attack him like as his morning vegetable.
right.
Like they all know karate as well.
Oh yeah, his whole staff is another like I will give it a little bit more of a pass just because I think it's more of a fun kind of silly than a stupid kind of silly with the bad guys.
It's a lot better.
But it's silly. It's silly for sure.
Yeah. So
the fact that the inciting incident is a paintball game.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see. So again, we had a really cute scene, like a whole Santa Claus without the beard. He's still Santa. Like that was kind of nice. Like we can actually take off the beard because I'm sure he would not be. Like actors are really sensitive. But I need to have my face seen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Also, you get some sound bits like he can't remember his parents. It's like okay, of course, there's a reason for that later. It's more foreshadow, and let's see. So then ultimately,
that was a good reveal, actually.
I thought that's the thing. It's a good reveal. I just wish it's like we don't have to reveal. Hey, your best.
We don't really dwell on it, and I think the thing with Ed Begley Jr. is a little bit of a waste. Like that could have been a good plot revelation.
That's what kills it for me. That's the thing that hurts that for me. He's like, yeah,
right. I mean, I hear you on that front, but by the same token, I do think that him having roots in the orphanage is a good plot development. I just think the Ed Begley Jr. thing maybe took it a step too far.
Yeah, like for example, if I were to give you a kind of a Christmas comparison, it's kind of like the Amnesia plot, only it was far better done in this movie. The Amnesia plot in Snow 2, where we kind of learned some things about Nick Snow's background, the John Kavanaugh character. We learned, some stuff there, like the whole connection to the Elk Club and everything. That's kind of like, okay, that's why he was drawn to this location, much like this character is drawn to the orphanage. So I mean, yeah,
Sure.
you're right. That is good. Just all right. So let's see. Also, let's talk about the redesign. So he initially starts off just kind of like a mall Santa suit, and then he gets this number. My God, I love the design
I do
of Santa with muscles.
really like the costume. I really like the costume. Is pure '90s cheese.
I mean, it's the fantasy of Santa Claus as a superhero, man. It looks great. It looks great. Santa, like an in-shape Santa. That's so. You know me, T. I'm always a strong advocate. Let's do the unconventional Santa Claus. Let's not stick the convention of he's a fat guy. Of he's an old.
And this is totally like, I mean, as bumpy as hell of a movie as this is, it is a very unconventional Santa.
I mean, it's half the reason we picked it. It's a good look. It's a good, it's a sell.
I feel like the look was half of the reason we picked it, and then Ed Begley Jr. was the other.
Ed Begley Jr. was the clincher of like darn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to talk about it. All right, let's see. So remember that painful TV interview? Well, I like that it becomes like the kind of the folk hero, kind of TV phenomenon, like the celebrity of it all. But that interview was painful.
Yeah.
He eats reindeer meat. Like it's just botched in the interview. Like, no, we feed the reindeers. Let's see. Again, the plots. It's Swiss cheese, like Lenny's betrayal and everything.
It is.
Yeah, it's like not much news there. Let's see. I want to know how you felt about it. Here's the most random moment in the movie for me in terms of our plot and quotes. So, I wonder if you had this. The transition back, we had like a random transition back into our plot after we were just kind of hanging out. Like, okay, look, it's kind of Santa with muscles doing good deeds. It's like, Taylor's missing. And I'm thinking, who's Taylor? Why is this kid?
Yeah, I had that. I definitely had that. That whole like little diversion, and then Hulk's just being like, "This is definitely naughty." I'm like, I don't even really fully understand what he's doing. Who is he?
Yeah, it's like
it wasn't very well orchestrated for sure.
It's like, literally, okay, so he knows where he lives. That's about all we learned right now. Okay. All right, so I mean, basically, you reestablish the villain plot, and mainly the crystals are under the orphanage. So speaking of which, the energy crystals under the orphanage.
Fucking ridiculous.
Right?
Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look, it's a 90s villain plot, so I'm going to give it a pass. Like, it is, I will give it this, Dragon. It is one of the more creative reasons to have a save the orphanage plot, for better or for worse.
Right. I mean, I guess, yeah.
I mean, it is bonkers.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Blake getting his memory back. We're seeing the Scrooge effect of being Santa Claus has made him better now. Which again, wish maybe we hit that a little stronger with like him making different choices with like that second car chase. But still, you get the sentiments there. The pre-recording to dissuade Blake from coming back after he's come to with his memories and everything, that was utter BS. So like, really?
I mean, we already established that.
I know. I'm just just again. Anyway, so the orphanage is under siege. Lenny calls Blake for help, which again, okay, I guess the other call doesn't matter anymore. I'm on my way. Does it bother?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Does it bother you that Blake's not in the suit and he's just in the hat in the climax?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So I mean, the point is like the kids are seeing him not as Santa, but it's like, let's look at that glorious poster. How can you not?
I know.
In the third act, it's like, what if certain movies?
Maybe they could have done like a final scene with him just as Blake with the kids. I don't think they had to have him as Blake through the whole climax.
It's like, to be nondescript for a second here, like, what if he was dressed like a youth pastor in the third act when we have the poster of like him in the awesome Santa suit? You need to put him in the Santa suit,
right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's see. Let's see. So anyway, the Hulk Hogan saving the kids. I'm always down for that. Hulk Hogan saves the kids, and then we have the wonderful bit that you laid out earlier. So it's like, you're not Santa, you're better. So darn cute.
And like I said, Dragon, it's funny because with that girl, I was getting some Judith Barcy vibes, and come to find out, she's been playing Ducky since Land Before Time 5.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like she is pretty much the definitive Ducky.
Small world.
Well, I mean, obviously Judith Barcy will always be the definitive Ducky, but she's the definitive
course.
Ducky replacement.
Right. Okay, so again, the backstory reveal. Basically, it's puzzling because it doesn't make a lick of difference in the end with the Bigley Jr. of it all, and that I think Frost was embittered by the years at the orphanage before he was either eventually adopted or whatnot. And that's how he knows about the crystals underneath the orphanage. But we just don't like. It's here's the thing. It's like we have the big conversation, like I know you. Yet at the end, it's like, well, we're laughing at Frost's misfortune. Ha 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 ha.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been more interesting, why he became a germaphobe. We didn't cover any of that, you know?
Right.
Like maybe that's why he didn't get adopted. I don't know. Like none of this. It was haul the bad guys away. No sympathy or moral.
And I love that they're literally pointing and laughing at the bad guys getting their comeuppance.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. The moral's all sorts of off here.
That is not a great moral, kids. It really isn't.
And instead of Blake turning his mansion into the new home for the orphans, he just takes Frost's mansion.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a half measure.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I just think they botched the arcs. The writing in this movie is so terrible.
The writing is definitely outside of just the fact that I think that Blake is genuinely a pretty decently written character. I think the writing in this movie is pretty shit.
That's what I'm saying. I like the gimmick. Writing Swiss cheese. All right, that's
I think we pretty much spent all the time we need to on this thing.
I mean, the musical scene was not crazy bad. I think we've covered it all now.
All right, so big thanks to the Tony Stark bot that's randomly generated to love Santa with muscles. Big thanks to the awesome That Guy, to the beautiful That Woman, and to the adorable That Child. All right. Jesus Christ. Dragon, I have the outro, right? I'm terribly sorry.
Yes, well, first off, we should
Yes, do by all means do the unwrappy while I look up the outro. Thank you, Dragon.
Good God. All right, so
I know what the outro is on my end.
Yeah. So why don't you tell the folks what we're unwrapping next?
All right, folks. So the next finale of seasonal shenanigans, we always end with a big one. Some of the ones that we've ended on include The Grinch, Nightmare Before Christmas. Let's see what other ones, Dragon. White Christmas. So we always tend to end on a big classic. And this year, folks, for the 75th anniversary, 75 years old, Jesus Christ. Take how old Santa with muscles is and add another 50 years onto that. The 75th anniversary of It's a Wonderful Life. And Dragon, this might be the most Hallmark, not Hallmark is in the channel, but the most benchmark Christmas movie that we have ever covered, sir. I think we made a good call saving this one for the 75th. I'm really excited about it.
Oh yeah.
All right,
folks. Time to dash away all, but as we wave goodbye, don't you cry. We'll be back again next time.
With even more seasonal shenanigans.
La 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 la
la la la la la la la.
Get those gremlins out of the projector.